All right, and I am live. Let's just confirm we're getting out the other side here. Oh, waiting for Rosie, huh? Waiting for Rosie. Waiting for Rosie. Come on, man. Let's get the show on the road. Let's see if I'm there yet. All right, and there I am. Let me turn the volume down. Thumbs up are appreciated if you're coming in. The Kale, gone with the Kale. And we got Shimei and Dars. How you doing, Dars? Hello, Sharon. And who else we got? Jennifer P. Nilla Rain. Peter Spurdy. How are ya? Peter Spurdy in the house. Marlboro Matt. Dun 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 do 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 do. Hello, Jessis Jones. Yes, I missed you guys too terribly. I can't even remember. It's been so long since I've been live. I literally cannot remember the last time that I was live. Hello, Petty Pincher. Nice to see you. All good wishes for you, honey. Yeah, the Rosie Army is here. Yeah, I don't know about an army. Hello, Miss Fix-It Elaine. Welcome home. Thank you, sweetie. There is no place like home. Well, thank you, Kale, being out in the sunshine, on the water, and on the coast. A remarkable 2 days. It's amazing when you think you've been gone, really, a day and a half. When you add the fact. Hi, Keith. How are you? Hi, Darla. Hi, Toodles. When you figure I left at 2 p.m. yesterday afternoon, I crammed a ton into a visit. Thank you, Nilla Rain. Charlie Brown, how are you? Sometimes I shock myself how much I was able to do. I wasn't even, thank you, High Watch. I wasn't rolling into Fort Bragg until about 8 p.m. last night. Okay, it's not the longest ride in the world, but we'll tear into that because it is a brutal just from a driving point of view. Jay Money, how are you? Perfectly imperfect. Nice to see you tonight. I was so excited to go live. Hello, Shay. Um, I don't know, maybe Thursday night, maybe Thursday was the last time I was live. I don't know. And now it's Saturday and it feels like, I was telling you, you go 120, 130 miles away and it just feels like another country sometimes. It's absolutely amazing. And I want to thank those of you, really surprised last night. A lot of people have driven the Pacific Coach needs to go into architecture. Thank you, Kale. The angle of my living room needs to go into Architectural Digest. What a nice thing to say. Thus proving even a blind pig gets a truffle once in a while, right, Kale? Um, I have quite a few people in my community that are used to making that drive up the Pacific Coast Highway, California Route 1. And they reached out to me just to make sure that I got there okay and found a place to boondock and it was all right. Now, why would they reach out so much? Because for my money, hey Sean, how you doing? How you doing, Cobra John? For my money, it's some of the most dangerous driving that you will ever encounter in America. When you figure that road sort of has to hug the coastline and there's big inlets of water and it loops around and it's insane at times. I mean, double S hooks and it's crazy. And you got to keep your eyes on the road like continuously. So I had to set up so I could just push record without taking my hands off of the wheel and everything, and that worked out pretty good. Hi Kimmy, how you doing? E-Will, good to see you. That was another fantastic video. Yeah, I think so. I appreciate that. I was really surprised. I rolled into Fort Bragg. A town that's not unknown to controversy too, as you'll hear covered in my video. But this This travel had it all. It had a beautiful Bodega Bay. It had fantastic, from sunlight to marine layer. I mean, it just had everything. Just everything you could want. Cemeteries, there's a cemetery segment in there, lighthouses, trains, glass beach. Just it just packed a lot into basically, I guess I should call it 24 hours on the road, the coastal highway. Hey, Amanda, how are you? Good to see you. I think that's what impresses me the most, and I was there. So I want to thank those that reached out to me. You don't see a lot of RVs on that particular road because there is an alternate way to get up to Fort Bragg from Bodega Bay, and you go up Highway 101 to a town called Willits in Mendocino County, and you hang a left, but you still have 33 miles of snaking roads, but at least you don't have 127 miles of that. So, but the payoff of that, oh man, the payoff of that travel is just some of the most epic scenery that you will ever see in the nation, where the Russian River meets the Pacific Ocean. Just spectacular in the town of Jenner, Point Arena, where the Point Arena Lighthouse and a really old, really spooky cemetery is. And it was kind of like, I got there about 6 o'clock at night, so it was already getting a little dark and cloudy. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate that. Thank you, sweetie. We always buffer at the 5 minute mark. Just refresh your connection here after 5 minutes or so, and it will just hit your refresh button. Let me just put that in. Just refresh your browser, and it should be all good on there. Cobra John says you can't get better views than Highway 1, and I would agree. I would agree with that. I mean, the towns of, uh, Point Arena and Mendocino, and geez, I can't even remember some of the other towns that I went through on the way up. But each one was very beautiful, very scenic. There's only so many hours in a day. Most of these things are roll throughs, but to capture the beauty, to stop at Fort Ross, the Russian settlement here on the California coast, and I just didn't make it in time. They closed the big doors, but I did get some nice outside videos. Yeah, it goes black. I don't know what happens with Streamlabs. It's something to do with Streamlabs. I really regret today that YouTube did away with the live stream format and forced you to go to alternatives for that. So, but I've suffered with Streamlabs for years. Hi, Jody. How are you? Good to see you. So, for those who reached out to me to make sure I was okay last night, got into town at 8:30. Thank God there was a Denny's open because I hadn't eaten since breakfast. And I'll tell you, I was white knuckle. I was white knuckle worn out. Popped in to get at least get a club sandwich. That kind of energized me a little bit. Went out and shot some night video around Fort Bragg, which is a picturesque town built on redwood logging and all that. Glass Beach you see now dwindling down. Fort Bragg, Glass Beach. Sean, I did. You know what they say, and Glass Beach is a place that's on Fort Bragg where the town threw their garbage into the ocean for maybe 100 years, okay, before somebody, hey, Rambling Hick, before somebody finally figured it out that it might not be too environmentally friendly to be dumping all of our waste into the ocean. Okay, so that's all it is a big glorified dump. And over time, the pounding of the waves and bottles smashing on the rocks, it broke them up and broke them into small little pieces. It polished them. It made them rounded. It's an amazing, thank you, Jody. It's an amazing, hey, grateful place. And they say that the most scarce glass of all to get is the blue colored glass. Well, guess who got a piece of blue colored glass out of there? Amazing. See all the people hunting for all the colors of glass and things like that. Managed to see the skunk train taking off, which is a locomotive that takes people into the redwoods along what's called the skunk trail. So I was lucky to capture that. It's just a lot of things that luck was kind of with me and luck was kind of against me in some ways. Like I got to Fort Ross, the Russian settlement, 4:30. The park's open till dusk. They didn't mind collecting my $8 to go in, and then I got there at 4:25, and the gates are closing to the fort itself at 4:30. Thank you. Got down there just in time to see the latch being put on that. We will never miss you. We're waiting for the miraculous disappearance. What's up, Alan Gold? Hello, Kim. The saying is plastics are catching up and destroying our oceans. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. So I woke up this morning. I was down on No-Yo Harbor on the river there. That's where I recorded a short video this morning. Wow, what a beautiful place to be in the morning, to see everybody waking up, starting to clean the decks off of boats, the Coast Guard, ships getting ready. I mean, it's just an amazing place. Hey, Monkey Boy, how are you? So I don't doubt that. And yeah, I got some morning video. I have a food review coming up from breakfast this morning. It's very simple, with one of the weirdest critiques that you will ever hear me have ever made in over 300 restaurants I've reviewed in 5 years, and definitely the strangest one. Hey, Monkey Girl, how are you? Good to see you. Now, I wanted to go live last night. Okay, the big problem was the signal was very sketchy up there on the coast. I was lucky I was able. I put a community post up, but I was, it is what it is. Hey, Kels, how are you? Good to see you. I missed you, Timothy Martin. Good to see you this evening. I don't know who Flunky Boy is profoundly. I don't know. I don't know. How you doing, Angus? Nice to see you today. I'm trying to stay positive. My brother and mother both passed away in a month, and this is my escape. It's helped me. Oh, well, thank you, Jackie. Yeah, I lost my dad in late December, so December was a terrible month for me, but God rest both of their souls. And yeah, it's difficult. I mean, the pandemic continues to roll on. But things are opening up. You'll hear in my video, I don't know whether the woman was just a hermit or something like that. She took her mother out to the coast to Glass Beach, and she was kind of irritated at all the people that were around town. She's like, I can't believe in 40 years I've been here, I've never seen so many people down here. I said, you better get used to it, honey, because summer's coming and they're going to be all over this place. It's weird when you think about the Northern California coast that there is no real beach of note. The Alaskan influence, the Aleutian flow of cold water just carries right down the coast till you get down to about LA. And it just makes it, the wind is high, it's strong, it just makes it a nasty day to be at the beach. Yet people will still enjoy going and hanging out on the coast. You'll see picnickers and other people down there. Yeah, they're opening up in LA too. Now, so yeah, I feel like I definitely missed you guys when I don't communicate with you at least once a day on a live. Yeah, it feels a little weird. It feels a little weird. Hi, Susie. How are you? It always feels a little bit strange. So the end result is, and I'll be talking about on a video tomorrow, what worked in the van and what didn't work. We've gone down the road a little bit about outfitting the van. There's still a few things that I would like to get set up. I really believe I need a checklist to make sure I get up there. And if you're 130 miles from home and you forgot something, it's going to be a problem. It's definitely going to be a problem. Uh, Tattoo crazy. My daughter works nights at she's working in the main hub. Oh my goodness, sorry to hear that. Tattoo crazy. Yeah, thank you, Jody. Yeah, we need to go chooching. I'll be down in Vegas before you know it. Um, I don't need to drive any more two-lane highways, man. I'll tell you, I've had enough of that for a friggin' lifetime. I mean, I feel like a Grand Prix driver. That's how intense this was. Switchbacks, double S hook turn. I mean, it's just amazing. And then you always got some dick behind you in some big ass, power ram, big ass platinum Ford 350, 450 Duramax that just wants to push your ass along on those roads. Unbelievable. I felt like I was a Grand Prix driver. It was crazy. But anyway, yeah, it was quite the tragedy what happened at the FedEx hub, and I guess nothing should really surprise me anymore. It seems to be the order of the day that when misdeeds like that are done, that the evildoer is going to end up taking himself out too. So it's a reckless. It truly is a reckless regard for life. I have to think there was quite a bit of randomness. I can't think that somebody that worked at that facility was angry at seven people, angry at the world. We don't know. In my own neighborhood, I don't know if drugs and plays a part. And I know in my neighborhood the number of screamers and babblers that I was recorded this guy the other night just pushing on the back of somebody's truck out there and just stumbling and just crazy for about 5 minutes. Unbelievable, yeah, for the FedEx family. So it is good to get out of the flow of things, though. It's good to get away from YouTube. You miss a lot when you're on the road, and that's not necessarily a negative when it comes, because from what I've seen and kind of catching up today, it's really ramping up to a pretty tough level right now. So I kind of thanked myself for that my time to travel is now. And I like my style of traveling. I do a little bit of road and a little bit of talky talk, and some more road and interviews and reviews and all that. Gail Lynn says, so when's the next metal detecting? It's always so fun seeing what you end up finding. Well, metal detecting is going to be on the longer trips when I'm in a stationary location, and you have to check into the police department or whatever to make sure it's legal to metal detect. In the town of Sonoma, it's illegal to metal detect. In San Jose, California, it's illegal to metal detect. So that's the kind of thing when you're going to be 3 or 4 days, 5 days in one location exploring, and then let's hit the streets, and see what we get. So that's definitely coming. Good to see you, Elmer. Hey, Gutter. So that's what's coming up. I've got shot over 280 clips in 24 hours. That's a lot of video. That's a lot of stuff to put together. With the process going through and throwing out just the crap first of all, and then putting the other stuff in, selecting music. It takes a long time to put these, and some of these travel logs are 30-40 minutes long. But when you see one of these what I call the cinematic travel logs, you really get the sense of what you don't just say, I'm in Santa Rosa, now I'm in Fort Bragg. You get the journey. And as high risk as Highway 1 is, as dangerous it is, and is testing your skills. Remember, I had a 5-gallon water jug that was belted in. It fell over at one point. The roads were so twisty. But with high risk comes high reward. And as I was saying at the beginning, how you doing, Donnie? Some of the most awesome scenery that America has to offer right there on that coast. And Fort Bragg is a place that I hadn't been to since Bobby and I went up when we first started going out. Back in, even before YouTube, I think it was 2011, something like that. So it's been 10 years since I was up at Fort Bragg. It's gotten a little more gentrified. Hi, Ilva. How are you tonight? How are you? So they're not going to be to everybody's taste, the adventures, but I can guarantee you this. If you watch these videos, the two parts, you will have a sense of having to escape yourself, of having gone there. Put it on a big screen, put it on your big TV. Everything I do, virtually everything now, is in 4K, so you're getting the highest quality. You know, when I'm done editing this thing, it'll probably take 4 to 8 hours to upload it. But that's YouTube's problem, right? That's their storage problem, right? That's their problem. Would I go to Pennsylvania? Of course, I love Pennsylvania. Growing up in Maryland, dated a gal in Downingtown, out the Maine, Coatesville, Downingtown, King of Prussia, the whole deal. In and out of Philadelphia, mummers parades, Washington, Pennsylvania in the west. There's Mahoney, Pennsylvania. There's a lot to see in PA. Very underrated state. And what's cool about Pennsylvania is I don't care about the Poconos. Yeah, I might get a bikini on and go to the Poconos and get into a big cocktail glass shaped hot tub and get some video or things like that. I don't really care about that stuff so much. I care about the nitty gritty of life on the streets when you go to towns like that. It ain't no Fort Bragg, okay? There's beautiful places in Pennsylvania. But, you know, when you go to places like Pittsburgh, you go to places like Mahoney, some of these coal towns and things, you got to bring the feeling of that to people. You gotta shift gears on that. Remember the Jeffrey McDonald story at Fort Bragg. Thank you, Tattoo Crazy. So I'm going to make sure. Thank you, Marie Zeppizi. Thank you. You have Amish country, a country, bird in hand, intercourse, those places in Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania Dutch country, all that through there. I'm very, very familiar with that whole area. Alan Gold, please don't insult people in my chat. I like you in here because you are kind of the pepper in the chat, but be nice, okay? Donnie's a nice guy, all right? Donnie's a legend. If you can find somebody else on the boat that works as hard as Donnie does, okay. Can you match that, Alan Gold? I doubt that. I doubt that. Yeah, Lynn coming to see me. So, Amazon, of course, continues to disappoint. I don't know when my inverter is coming. Maybe targeting for Wednesday on to get on the road, and I'm going to be jamming 2 trips, really. Hightailing it to probably end up hightailing it with one night in Encinitas to see Tara, and I've communicated with her, my friend Tara, and then on to Palm Springs, and then back to the Rancho, and then back to Vegas. Before you moan and groan, I need my pool time, okay? And I look forward to seeing my friends in Vegas. I do try to go down about every 2 months or so, so it'll be about time. Dad would tell you about the city intercourse. Yeah, I know a little bit about everything, enough to be dangerous. I'm partial to Pennsylvania. Can't believe metal detecting is illegal in some places. Susie, that's because it's like parking at Walmart when you have an RV. And in Fort Bragg, I see not the Walmart, but the Safeway, the managers there booting people out that are trying to park RVs because let's face it, a few bad apples that throw their trash on the ground or try to empty their black tank into the a grass median between parking lot spots. I mean, come on, man. You know, it's disgusting some of the things that I've seen people do. Just empty their, like the same people that pull up and just take their ashtray and empty it on the ground. Seen that before in the parking lots? You seen that before? Yeah, you've seen that before. And that's killing it. I think somebody did a video the other day that Texas is getting ready to just ban, I don't know what it is, RV parking, and then that's going to be a big blow. I'm saying Dorito Bikini, absolutely. Um, yeah, so I'm going to have so we got more travels and adventure. I just turned 80,000 miles on the van. In my video tomorrow, I'll detail what I thought was going to be a trip stopping mechanical issue. And there's nothing like being 130 miles from home and suddenly, uh-oh, what the hell's that noise? You know, so I'll be going into that tomorrow too, because you got to have utter and complete confidence, especially when you're driving. Skunk, what's up? When you're driving through those redwoods and 33 miles, but to Highway 101 via Willits. If you break down on that road, there's no shoulder at all. There's all curves, and you know what's going to happen to you? You're likely going to die on that road. You know why? Because people are tolling along at 25, 40, 50 miles an hour, and they come around a bend, and your flashers are on, and you're broken down. Man, you're roadkill. There ain't no way that. So, complete confidence is a must. And if you're just coming into the chat, thumbs up are appreciated. If you would just take a minute to thumbs up the stream. Rosie is back, so I'm excited to be back with you guys. I'll tell you tomorrow on the van because I need to check it in the morning first. Craig said, hey Sandy, Craig said the rancho's looking, man. I've been working really hard, room by room, to clean up and lift my game here. It gets far too comfortable to just status quo year in, year out, year out. And I'm starting to get the payoff now on YouTube. I'm not monetized right now. I don't whine about that. That's just a fact of life that'll resolve itself over time. It hasn't slowed me down one bit. But it has given me the impetus to move ahead, do some things to clean up and take things to the next level. There's always room for improvement, whether on the home front or whether, but are the redwoods and trees you can have? Yeah, there are some gigantic sequoias, which is a variety of them, but I live in what's called the southern part of the Redwood Empire, and the hills are just thick with redwood trees, okay? And you'll see a redwood tree that they cross sections in 1943 that is, it took 12 saws hooked together or something crazy to saw it. It took over 40 hours to bring the tree down. Okay, 40 hours of work. So do another computer reset. I'm not sure what that means. I love the addition. I like the lights too. You made my whole night. Love the lights on the wall of sound. Well, thank you, Susie. I think we should always be striving to go to improve our quality, to resist that temptation, to just stick the camera out and just capture, you know, put it on your dashboard and just capture random down the road scenes. You got to really be tough on yourself and throw a lot of stuff away because it's just it's not good enough for what you're trying to do. Yeah, I might. Yeah, that's rare. No mod. No, I usually always have a mod in here. I surprise people. They don't know if I'm going to be away, right? And there's my girl cyanide cupcake in there. No urgence tonight, right? Nice to see you, Cyanide Cupcake. The beauty queen from down south has arrived. So, Craig, that's been a big part of what I want to do. That drive to minimize continues. I've thrown a lot of stuff. I've given a lot of stuff away here. And I got to make sure that things are good. Yeah, the Noyo Headlands Park up there. Uh, I don't know how, Elmer, I don't know how I didn't do this last time, but I never went down to the harbor when I was with Bobby. Okay, we concentrated kind of at the north end of town, and the harbor's at the south end. And my God, I drove past last night at dusk, and one of the most magnificent. You look down, and the little harbor's about 100 feet below you there, and the twinkling lights, just phenomenal. And and then to go down there and check it out was beautiful. Hey, Ronnie the Rose. Skunk Ape said, losing my edge after surgery, heart arrhythmia. I was trying to insult. I failed. Well, Skunk Ape, we love you. No, I don't think the cam is out of focus. I think it's pretty good. I just have the lighting. I've adjusted, taken some time to adjust the lighting to get a more balanced scene here. So things went well. We're supposed to have a swarm of cicada buds every 17 years. They come and they expect copperhead snakes will be out in droves as they eat them. God. Cue the ride of the Valkyries. Do 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 do. Sounds like end of the world shit. I grew up with we called them locusts. The 17-year locust in Baltimore. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's about to. I don't know. It's a pain in the ass. You see the ectoskeletons on the trees. Thank you, Cyanide. Thank you, sweetie. It's a bit blurry. Let me see if I can do. I hate this thing has autofocus. Give me 1 second here. This thing drives me out of my tree. Let me see if I can get this thing adjusted. Second. Let me turn off the autofocus. Let's see if we can sharpen that. I think that should make a big difference there. I'll let you guys judge after the delay. It was a bit soft looking, so it is me. Let's see if that sharpens up a little bit. Sharp. Sharp. Hey, Cheryl. How are you? Sharp. Thank you, Nilla. Yeah. See you later, Dr. Lucky. Have a good night, my friend. Your message will never see the light of day on the chat, and that's the shame of that. Yeah, so I'm excited. It's going to take me about... I don't think there's any way that I can get part 1 up tomorrow, given, I'm not going to bullshit you guys. I'm kind of fatigued from the rides because the 2 days in a row of just frantic twists and turns, and it just gets a little crazy. .com, absolutely love your interpretation of your vintage audio. It's had me from beginning to end. Love the music, emotion, effect, quality. Well, thank you very much, .com. I've got probably 60 vintage audio listening experiences. I probably have 60 repair videos. I have an extensive vintage catalog on there. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Hey, Vanessa. Okay, Vanessa said just taking a break from here and there on YouTube. Yeah, it seems like a couple people have. Like I said, my sense is that things have really ramped up, and I like community. I do, but things have been pretty raw, I would say, from just checking in and from time to time and looking at clip channels and things. I don't know. Maybe we call it the maturing of social media or whatever, but you know, it's been kind of bombs away on that. So I don't regret the path that I'm moving down. I quite enjoy it, and YouTube has been picking up on that. I've been doing much more work into um, aligning myself more as a travel and adventuring channel, and I think then and videography and cinematography, and that's where I really think I'm finding my greatest joy here on the channel. But I will always love the live streaming hangouts. I've said it before. I've said, yeah, it is like a war zone in some chats. I've said it before, though, that eventually all live streams will migrate over to the Rosie Murphy channel. So we have two places. I think it's best to segregate because I think if people follow you in one place, they follow you in another. No time for BS. Well, life is short. You get to my age and you start looking at the actuarial tables of life expectancy. Right? All of a sudden time becomes very precious, and just, you know, every Christmas you think, gee, it's time to put up the decorations. It feels like I just took them down a week ago. Yeah, well, it feels that way, doesn't it? Across the morality line lately. It's a shame. Thank you, Noreen. I'm loving your morning uploads. Can watch on me some Rosie while drinking my morning coffee. Well, how nice. I can't always render in 4K, but I do record in 4K. Like this morning's shorty down on the harbor there, I had to put that up in 720p, or I would have been there high def, but not ultra high def, or I would have been there all day trying to get the bandwidth to do that. You missed the coffee live streams. They'll be back. They'll be back. But I want to migrate all that stuff over to the other channel and kind of make this one more for recorded content. I've said that for a year. It never seems to happen. And if you're having trouble with notifications, unsub. Make sure all the notifications are turned on all of your devices. If it's turned off on one of your devices, say you have a phone, a pad, a desktop, and if you're turned off your notifications for YouTube, they're not going to come across on any of your devices. So make sure your notifications are turned on. That's the key. Because something like only 18% of the people, according to YouTube and what they've sent a lot of his creators, report on notifications. Only about 14 to 18% of people get notifications of streams and content and things like that. Yep, K Love says, you know what they say, Rosie, the days are long and the years are short. They are. Yeah, thank you, Susie. Always an honor. Dreamcatcher, good to see you this evening. So I'm excited to get down to work and get to editing here and getting these videos out for you guys. I'm also excited to be hitting the road. This one will be more of the 5-6 day variety of travel, but this one will be you know, I want to take advantage of some of the facilities in Palm Springs, and same thing with Vegas. So yeah, we need to it's finally getting warm. I usually turn the heat off like May 1st. We don't have to ever worry about being, but I like the effect that gives. Hey Robert, how are you tonight? Good to see you. Hey Goldie, what's going on? Nice to see you tonight. So I do have some people I talk to in my travels. Fort Bragg's a town that depends on the water a lot. It was a disappointing year for Crabbing. The crabbing season is coming to, I think it's coming to an end, and salmon season opens in June 30th or something like that. Hey, Olivia Fig Newton John. Well, thank you, sweetie. And the boss and I will be out probably July or August trying to nail some big salmon again. My screen's not big enough for. What happened to the camera? Huh? The camera moved. I don't know. I move it? I don't know. I don't know what the hell I did on that. I don't know. Yeah, this fireplace is of course a fakey one, but it has a two-way switch. One of them you can throw the heat on, and the other one is just for visuals. So I just have the visuals on that. The camera moved. I don't know. I don't know. But I'll tell you guys, if you go on the California coast, be prepared. You better be and if you're pulling a fifth wheel, or you're pulling a travel trailer, or you got a big Class A, you got a big Class C, prepare. You're going to be moving mighty slow along those roads. And you're going to have a lot of people beeping horns and a lot of people flipping you off behind you on that road. You better be part Grand Prix driver on that. You know, think of Monaco with all the just never ending. You don't want to leave Fort Bragg to head east to Willits to catch 101, and you see one of this sign that's curved road next 28 miles. It's like, oh my God. A nightmare, a nightmare, a nightmare, the never-ending nightmare. But as I said, hey, from Santa Monica, how you doing, Dennis? The payoff is outstanding scenery. And I'm really happy I stopped to do a little cemetery looky-loo around too. Coastal cemeteries are really creepy. Okay, especially in the late afternoon, they have that creeping mist that comes in off the ocean, and it's just like a real freak show. That's all I can say about that. All I can say about that. There's no heat over there, Susie. It's all show and no blow on that thing. So there's no heat whatsoever coming out of that. Thoughts on the Winnebago? The Winnebago B vans are great. I think Winnebago build quality on average is pretty damn good compared to the way. You got to remember, demand for RVs has been high the last year and a half, 2 years. And they're slapping stuff out of Indiana, out of Elkhart, Indiana, which is the RV epicenter of America. These factories, Thor Industries, some of the other big manufacturers, they're pushing that stuff out the door. Okay. Now they probably slowed down now because we got $62 a barrel oil, and that's starting to crimp some RV travel. Not sure if I'm going to, yeah, I did the cemetery in Point Arena a little bit, and then I went out to the lighthouse. Of course, I got there just after the gate was closed, but I still got a pretty view from a little bit of a distance. You're getting your first shot on Monday. Okay. Hey, Minecraft, Jesus Gaming, Rosie noticed me. You have been noticed this evening. So, Cheryl S., how are you doing? I hope that you're doing well. No dark alley or cemetery on shoot. Well, I judge that Fort Bragg is not really that. It's not really a drug issue town like some places up in God help me, if anybody lives in Lake County up there at Lakeport and Lucerne, and those places are just tough. Hey, how you doing, Amelia? If you like stealing, watching your adventures, but can't tip. Oh, Amelia, it's fine, honey. You've done plenty for me. May 15th, we should be theoretically good to go. So I appreciate that. Uh, if you're doing it just for the money, then I mean, I do appreciate the support. I always have the link in my description box, but way down below on my videos anyway, because first and foremost, I enjoy my passion of videography. I mean, that's my first and foremost thing. So, hey Tammy, how are you? Rio Birds, hey there. Rosie Chat just fried up some pike from northern Manitoba in my fire pit. Woo! That sounds all right. Remember the first time we went salmon fishing and we came home with 4 of those big babies, and to see those big salmon steaks coming out of those Pacific wild king salmon, 14 to 18 bucks a pound in the store, and we got 40 pounds dressed, finished. I mean, wow, whoa. Nice stuff. And I don't even like salmon. I like cod. I like cod much better. So I'm looking forward to that. Got to take care of the boss. Somewhere in here, I got to stick a little trip down to the boss and Janice to put the finishing touches. The transition strips for the lower level have come in. We're going to need to pop them into place and do any final little touches that need to be done. And I think the boss's carpet may be going in this week. So I will do a whole walkthrough of everything they did. Dennis says, I'm having lasagna right now. Yummy. Ooh, nice. 28th is a big day and no more. Well, keep me posted, Tammy. I appreciate you. I appreciate you letting me know on that. So, my mom made us pay somewhere to PBS because we watched it. It said, well, that's kind of cool. I mean, um, there's something to be said for that. You know, I mean, I like that idea. I think and I really feel like this, if you're just throwing spaghetti at the wall, so to speak, and expecting money, then people have a pretty good sense of, you know, somebody's work ethic on YouTube, somebody that really takes a lot of time and concern about their content that they put out. And I think a lot of people feel motivated having watched those types of videos. I mean, I support some people on Patreon that I think do some amazing things. There's some channels that I love dearly. Peter McKinnon channel. There's a lot of cinematic channels that always inspire me to do better. But unlike them, I'm not willing to go out and buy $5,000 worth of gear. I want to take this mighty smartphone and just stretch it to its absolute limits of what it can do. Yeah, your mom sounds like a great person. Yeah, I love lasagna. Carpet, not on top of that wood floor, Susie, just in the TV area and on the steps to the second floor. I like lasagna. You can see some lasagna making videos on my channels. I've made lasagna quite a few times, and I will be doing some cooking. Hey, off the wrench. And I will be cooking from the road too. Just simple one-pan wonders. We can't, you know, I can't bake bread and, you know, have a roast. And I got limited carrying capacity, but I was damn comfortable in that van. I'll be talking about the things that still need improvement. The big, huge mechanical problem that I thought I was having last night really spooked me, being 130 miles from home. And but we shall see. Hey, anyone here? What's going on? So yeah, I like lasagna a lot. I think my favorite, I'm not sure when I'm baking next. You know, I've kind of watched my carbs a little bit. But I would like to do, I'd really like to do a nice baguette, a couple nice baguettes or something like that would be fun to do. to do that. Thank you, anyone here. Yeah, and your thumbs up are appreciated, guys. You're always going to have the hater core on YouTube. They always weigh in. They'll tell you they don't like it, but they always show up on the chats and things, despite the fact that I think I do a pretty good job of staying clear of a lot of the stuff that goes on in the communities. But that's just the nature of the beast. That's on them, not on me. So your thumbs up certainly help counter that and make a statement that Rosie Girl is okay. You can make canned biscuits. I'm not sure if I want to be, I just want to eat. I can only boil an egg or just fry, maybe. Doing something like that is fine. I have room for boxed items to take with me. I have room to just carry a small cooler and a Mav channel for some great tailgate cooking. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you, anyone here. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, Darlene. Thank you for all of you who take time to thumbs up. And thank you to all of you that take time just to check out the videos. I always think if I could reach one person when I do a travel video just one time that maybe hasn't watched them before and would click on one of them and watch it through, that they would probably be hooked on that format of travel and adventuring. But it does take the first time to do that. I'm not a drama channel. I'm not, clip channel and gonna get tons. I'm just trying to do the best I can to, bring my life to you and my travel and adventure experiences. You need music. I don't think I'm going to be doing music tonight. Smoked salmon gets better with age. So does cheese. So does cheese, right, Rio? Not necessarily the case with milk. Or farmer dogs. Yes, you do, Tattoo Crazy. I appreciate that. Just to stop by, give a thumbs up, and just make a comment. Hey, Rosie, I was here. Hey, Rosie, enjoyed the video or something. It's always nice. I at least have time to throw a heart and sometimes to answer with a comment and things like that. But you got to realize that means more to me than money or anything else. Just somebody stopping by and saying, you know what? Yeah, I checked out a travel video today and I really, really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to more adventures coming up. So I'm excited about that. Amelia says you hooked me when I stumbled into the bathroom DIY for Missy Jen. That was a big project, and it's hard to believe that it'll be 7 years in this June that project was done, and that was a monster project. I remember when I pulled the bathtub out, and this was really funny. And if you all don't know what I'm talking about, in my playlist on cool construction renovation projects, you'll see converting a bathroom from a tub to a below grade barrier free shower. Well, that entailed removing the bathtub. And I thought, like a lot of bathtubs, you could just take the sledgehammer and start to break it up. First time I hit that thing, doing, shit, that thing was stamped steel. Boom, doing. I ended up getting a sawzall and having to cut that thing up, man. What a job. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you. Sandy says, we all love you, Rosie. Well, I thank you. And just to take time to just pop by and say, hey, I checked out the video. I just popped it on at breakfast this morning and really enjoyed traveling with you. I have a lot of people that in the community, and this saddens me in a lot of ways, that aren't able. And a lot of times because it's physical limitations and disabilities and pains, and don't want to cram themselves into a crappy little van to travel. And they tell me how much it means to be able to travel with me, because that makes me want to put my best forward. You know, if I shoot 100 clips of an area and I'm like, oh, this is just filler, this is crap, it's not good enough, and just throw it out. Maybe get down to 20 of those 100 are good enough to. That's what drives me. What's up, Janet? God love the boss today. He sends me a text at 2 o'clock. At that moment in time, at 2 o'clock today, I'm fighting for my life on the death road between Fort Bragg and Willits. Okay, this road is 33 miles of the most tedious switchbacks, and I get home at 4 o'clock. I see his text, right? I see him. Why don't you text me back, bro? There's no pull-off place, right? If you think I'm taking time on these damn roads to pick up my phone and text you back, oh hell to the no. You gotta love that. Smooth, how you doing? Good to see you. That's all right, Smooth. You're exempted. Oh well, thank you, off the wrench. Thank you. Yeah, I feel, I feel very relaxed tonight. I'm feeling pretty good. Double shot says both the yogurt and cherry sound good. Now I want homemade lasagna. I haven't had homemade lasagna in a long, long time, and I kind of favor spaghetti and meatballs has always tended to be my favorite dish of all when it comes to Italian food. I've never really been much on Italian soups and things like that. I'm going to get one of my sodas here. I'll be right back. Get something to drink here. Haven't had a soda and picked this up today to enjoy a soda. Both the yogurt and cherry sound. I enjoy yogurt. I do. What's a cool new phone thing? We had our second shot today. Awesome. That's good. Better not plan on one of you will probably have a good reaction, so you better take it easy. Yeah, Winding Road is probably the most, I don't know. It's lucky I'm even here tonight, you know? Let me close this window. These kids are so loud over here. Oh, hate that when they got their big wheels going and all that. Oh, brother. Oh. What time is it at night? Well, 8:47. They're still out there cranking on the asphalt. Oh. Yeah, I just have never really been much on Italian soups myself, so I don't know. 33 miles, 2.3 hours. I know. Elmer, it's crazy. It's crazy. Same thing going up Highway 1. You know, I got to Fort Ross, which is the Russian fort, the Russian settlement on the coastal California up there. And I asked the gal working behind the counter, how far is it up to Fort Bragg? She's like 2.5 hours. Now my heart just sank. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do 2.5 more hours on these friggin' roads. I ate too much pea soup once and got sick. I don't even want to. That sounds like something out of The Exorcist, right? That sounds like something out of The Exorcist. I don't even want to think about that. Sharon says, I love all soups, also especially pea soup with croutons. Split pea. Yeah, I think with ham would be good. Italian soups are the best. I always like beef stews with Italian style beef stew. I like that. You kissing me right now off the wrench? Been years since I've been to Fort Bragg. Yeah, well, the ride hasn't gotten any better. Hey, Jimmy, Joe, how are you? The ride hasn't gotten any better tonight. I can't drink 7 Up without a little whiskey. My crazy taste buds. Man, you were bloated for 2 days. I just, doesn't have any caffeine in it. And I was a Diet Pepsi drinker for years. Sometimes I buy some Diet Pepsi, but then one day they didn't have any, and I got a Diet Sprite, and I was like, oh man, this is like heaven. I love this stuff. Here, look at my beef stew Italian style recipe. I've made that a couple times. Tattoo Crazy says I make a killer chicken stew with mushrooms and veggies. There's also, thank you, Jimmy Joe. There's also Brunswick stew with chicken, which is tremendous too. That's another thing that I really love. I drink water all day long, Elmer. I try to drink 1 gallon of water a day. Okay, it's very good for you. All the soup talk making me hungry. Habitat beef stew is only available. Just got home from, how was it, Kevin? Was in Palm Springs. Night, 2 days of fun in the sun. I just want to explore around town a little bit, get my own little twist on it. Rum and Coke, naked, no matter. Just some creamy tomato soup. Yeah, I like a good thick stew. I do. I enjoy that a lot. Especially if you have a loaf of really nice bread, really nice homemade bread with a stew. Oh, with beef stew, it's killer. Love stew, yeah, chicken and dumplings. Yeah. So I got a food review coming up. I went to a breakfast place today. And it's going to be one of the strangest. I gave it a 9 stars, but the reason I didn't give it 10, and they were slammed. They were as busy as could be. And you'll want to watch for that coming up because that first time in over 200 food reviews that I've ever encountered this situation in a restaurant before. How you doing, cute kitty? Menudo Pozole, caldo. Yeah, I think I enjoy the. I don't know if chicken tortilla soup is an American twist on Mexican or whether it originated in Mexico. That's a good. Thick, heavy bread is so good. Cornbread, yeah. Yeah, I like a good French onion soup too with the cheese on top. Oh, that's good. Little rascal, you did that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you, cute kitty. That little table, I went out and deep finished that with some Danish oil on there for durability and protection. And that thing worked out really well on the trip. Uh, I'll highlight tomorrow what didn't work out so good on that. Let's put it this way. I don't like traveling with a bomb in my car. Okay, so I always enjoy. Oh, well, thank you, cute kitty. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. Uh, yeah. French onion soup is great. It's great. Spicy Mexican. Yeah, I like a good spicy Mexican soup. So I did a lot of walking around the last 2 days, but I think I got you guys some great nighttime videos and daytime and some good going to video. Nice crusty bread with soup. Yep. Good stuff. Crusty on the outside, nice and soft on the inside. That's like one of the greatest things on planet Earth, right? Susie says none of that bag bread depleted of taste and vitamins. Kevin says my ass got a sunburn, but all good. Great people throughout the town. Cool. I guess. You could talk to Janet about that. Janet had some experience of getting sun on her, little too much sun down in Palm Springs. Good, great people throughout town. Yeah, French onion soup with a really decent cheese on top, right? Oil salad. You like vinegar and oil, Alma? I love ciabatta. I love to make ciabatta bread. I love those big holes in it. So, how you doing, Wade Smith? Y'all are getting me worked up, powerful, hungry. Thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. Appreciate it, guys. We're so close to 100 thumbs up here. Really appreciate it. Ciabatta is so easy to make too. You just make a very loose dough and do the best you can to pour it onto the pan and attempt to shape it and go, man. It's a great bread. Rio said, I just finished supper now. I have cravings. Well, I was kind of disappointed. I got so late into Fort Bragg at 8:30 last night that the only, the Asian place had shut their door just when I pulled up, and the good old Denny's, thank God, I was able to grab something at Denny's because shit, I would have ended up at the CVS with a candy bar and gone to bed. You're feeling sad? I'm not. What's going on? No, I feel pretty happy today. I'm not happy about allergy season. It's going to be coming, but at least we didn't have a lot of rain. Things are drying out very quickly here. The grass is all starting to turn brown now. You make veg soup and call stoop. Oh, stoop, yeah. Vinegar and spinach. That's a good. I like that. I like spinach tossed in a little oil and vinegar. That's good. Yeah, breads are always going to be great comfort food, Susie. Well, tattoo crazy. Um, yeah, you can look up. Just put ciabatta in my search box, and you will see 2 or 3 times that I have made ciabatta bread. If not here on the Rosie Murphy channel, 2, 3, 4 times I've made baguettes. I've made Pullman sandwich loaf bread, Italian bread. There's a lot of stuff. I wouldn't mind having, a nice loaf of ciabatta bread. Maybe we'll make one. All right. Yeah, why you said Denny's. Yeah, Denny's was desperate this last night. It was desperate. Because I would have just crashed. I was so fatigued after that drive. I wanted to fall over, but a club sandwich. The fries were too much at the end of the night. They were very, pretty damn picky about fries, but you could tell they were just, the old oil was soaking in and it just wasn't my cup of tea. It's a thick soup and half stew. That's my favorite. I like a good thick stew. Great veggie soup. She's too old now, being 89. I rate all of my recipes easy, except some baking is a pretty damn high degree of difficulty, Susie. Some of them I wouldn't recommend. They can be very time consuming, but my bread baking, I have my own simple methodology for making it real, because I need it to be simple. Okay. Yeah, like the average person can make. The trick when making a good bread is start the day before. Get your starter, what they call your polish, whatever it is. Okay, you make a very wet dough overnight with just a little tiny bit of yeast in it, and that'll work overnight, just a tiny bit. And like 3 cups of water to like 1 cup of flour. Very wet, almost like a pourable batter. Maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. Mix that up and let that sit overnight, and that's going to deepen the flavor when you go to bake that. Most people, and I've said this about some of my baking videos, most people wait till 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock. Oh, I think I'll make bread for dinner. Well, you're not going to have the depth of flavor if you don't let your start it the day before and all that. So yeah, there it is. There's a 5-minute ciabatta bread recipe. That's it. Thank you. Make good honey bread. Oh, I've done, Dennis, you can't believe the number of baking videos I have on this channel. And I took a ton down on the other channels, but yeah, look close enough to egg Megan's house, huh? I'm making pumpkin pie from scratch as I watch this video. Nice. Homemade bread and I do homemade, get a baking stone for bread. Put an iron skillet in the bottom of your oven. Put your oven temperature as high as it will go. Okay? Now people are like, oh, I break bread at 350. Try it my way once for maximum oven spring. I put my oven up to 800 degrees. Okay. And I let that baby get good and hot. And I put that stuff on a baking sheet on top of a baking stone. And I put 2 cups of ice cubes into that red hot skillet and close that door. You got that steam. Lets that oven spring get maximum before the crust seizes. Man, and then after 10 minutes, turn that heat down to about 350 and finish her off. Yeah. He made some good food, and I'd say, yeah, I'm going to be migrating that stuff over, Rusty, if I ever get time. May come back on the McNamara channel. I don't know. Just been too many other things have been kind of consuming my. Plus, I didn't feel like eating, and I don't have Missy Jen here, and baking it, baking for one. I don't feel like eating a whole pie or something like that. So, thank you, Charla. Got free pumpkins from Landscaper after Halloween, diced in freezer for the year. That's pretty good. Finally found a lady that loves to bake as much as I do. I love baking. That's why I bought the Fisher Paykel oven, because it has a convection. It's a convection oven in there, and the temperature goes very high in that. So I always enjoy that. I mean, I've always enjoyed baking and everything else. I tried bake some pancakes. They all turned out black. I don't know if you bake or put them in a pan, right? Pancakes. I've made them from scratch before. The difference between the one you make at home and the ones that are, the pre-mixed batters that they use in restaurants and stuff. They use a lot of other ingredients. I can't remember what that one is. Barley malt syrup and things like that in there, so it makes a big difference. Oh, I love that buttermilk pie. Hey, line screw, full-time nomadic all summer. Awesome, I know you are. Hey, perfect, how are you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. Never fear, Alan Gold, never fear. I'm only going to torture you. Yeah, it's nice to see Line Screw and check him out. His rig is named what is it, Carolyn? How you doing, McDave? I love oatmeal raisin cookies. I'm not much of a cookie aficionado. I don't really like sweets too much. I don't know. I've always enjoyed the times that I've made big soft pretzels. I did a lot of them. Big soft pretzel. I'll probably bring back most of my Rosie McNamara baking is just, it's been privated. just because I didn't have time to fiddle with it and everything like that, and rejigging the channels. I might put all that public again. All that's adult content rated anyway. How you doing, Jesse? Same to you, my friend. Same to you. You used to enjoy cooking. Now it's just another reason for for people to complain. Good Lord. Good Lord. See, when you're just cooking for yourself, it's that's why I like having YouTube, because I have, you know, thousands of people to share with, and that makes it a lot of fun. I usually make homemade cakes for my husband's homemade buttercream. Good for you. I think I think my lemon meringue pie is world class, and I think my pecan crusted cheesecake, which was my own pecan Sandy's cheesecake recipe, which was my original recipe, taking pecan Sandies and grinding them up and reformulating them into a spring form pan surround, and then putting in the cheesecake batter. I mean, that's literally the best cheesecake I ever had in my life with those. Instead of using graham crackers, or instead of using Nilla wafers or chocolate wafers, to go ahead and use pecan Sandies. They were amazing. McDave said, I enjoyed the Point Bragg video, Fort Bragg. I'll tell you, McDave, you don't know what's coming up. Baby, I did Fort Bragg like Fort Bragg was a, you know, was hot and on sale. I did a lot of that. I got the skunk train leaving. I got the pudding trestle. I got the Glass Beach, Noyo Harbor. Yeah. Cheesecake. Yeah, try that sometime. I'm in the South, want to guess. Oh, yeah, Instapots are changing life. I think so. I think so. Dance cookies. They're good cookies. That's a pretty good cookie for doing that. So, yeah, I'm excited to see you guys. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, I know it's going to be a simple one tonight, because I do need to get down and do some editing. I'm going to bring you the very best presentations that I can on the travel things. All I ask is just realize the effort that goes into the hours of recording, and for every hour of recording, there's 4 hours of editing behind that. Just pop by and at least give a thumbs up, or check it out. Leave a little heart or a comment or something like that, just so I can thank you for checking it out. Homemade chocolate ganache for cake was interesting. Made it super yummy. That's a difficult one to do. The ganache is a little difficult for people to work with. You like potato pudding? Woo! I don't know if I've ever had potato pudding. Let's do some Jamaican jerk. Did you have any seafood while in Fort Bragg? I did not. No, I did not have seafood. Reason being, I was too late last night. Remember, when I'm doing that 127-mile drive from I didn't leave till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, you might say to yourself, I can do 127 miles in 2 hours. Not on Highway 1, you can't. Okay. And number two, besides the road, is I'm stopping at Bodega Bay to capture some great scenes. I'm going up the road, you know, to the little towns of Fort Ross. I'm stopping there. I'm going on to Point Arena. I'm stopping there, and so on and so forth. I made numerous stops along the way to be able to show you guys that drive up the coast. Okay, that was my main reason. Could I have gotten there quicker? But by the time I got there, most every restaurant was already That was it for the night. I was in another live chat with this one lady who lives. She was among a number of people sharing. Supposed to be with them. Oh well, nice, nice. No, it's not Fort Bragg, Elmer. Fort Bragg, named after. Oh well, thank you, Line Screw. How sweet of you, and definitely somebody worth following here, my friend Line Screw. So make sure you're subbed up to his channel. Uh, he has a very, I find him a very positive person, and like most Canadians, it's hard for him to go negative. So he's kind of a wordsmith, and I like the way he edits, and I like his demeanor, and I like everything about him. He's one of the most solid people I've ever met in this community, and had the pleasure of having him come down and visit the rancho. We want to go to Hawaii. We want to go to. I'm hoping he'll come down to the desert, share the pool. Right. So sometimes going off the rails. Yeah, no, Cheryl. It's gotten. Somebody sent me a message said it looks like chats are finally reaching, social media is finally reaching maturity. I was like, good God. But if you're having fun, do your thing. I want to know who shared positive comment. Was supposed to be a time of sharing. It's nice, Wade. Once the border, we will camp up here in Canada. Yeah, because Bergs was telling Rosie, why don't you ever come north? You know, you're always going south. And yeah, I'm going to put it in gear and go past Willits one time. Okay, and keep moving north. Right, go past Mendocino County. So, yes, Line Screw has been to the rancho. He stood at the fabled wall of sand here. I never heard of potato candy. I'm not sure about that. So I also saw Line Screw down in Vegas. He set us up with some gambling, and next time dinner's on me down there, and we'll have to work Cheryl into the deal. I don't know what the status is on the what's going on now with the cornholio. I haven't really kept up with it, so I got the I got the passport. 10 years, no screwing around. In like 2 weeks, it was friggin' unbelievable. So that really inspires me to get going internationally. Right now, Hong Kong is very restricted, and a lot of things, and people are leaving. The political climate is degrading, but it'll always be a fascinating city to me. I don't get involved with politics and all that kind of stuff. So I went to bed, woke up, and found another child. I was just making compliments, staying positive, except she put me on a timeout. Wow. I guess. Yeah, that passport was pretty. Hey, Gail, I guess you weren't positive enough, Wade. Maybe you should have affixed your lips to her posterior or something. I don't know. I don't know. Irish potato, traditional Philadelphia, despite it is not from Ireland, does not usually contain any potato. The candies have a coconut cream inside and are rolled. It sounds like Getz, Goetz, Getz candies from Baltimore, which was like a creamy filling and a caramel ring. How I say are only to be misconstrued, was treated as if the love. I don't know. Yeah, politics is always going to create anger. No, it's not, Susie. I have my own vaccine card that I'm looking to get registered. They're setting up a master, should be, website that you can. Now I'm on record of I'm already entered somewhere in the CDC or whatever, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, and where you can enter it in and just have it electronically. Do I Heidi from Heidelberg, dude. Heidi didn't do that. I used to like saltwater taffy, but it's hell on dental work, right? You get to my age, baby, and you got to be careful what sticks. What sticks. I'd love nothing better than a sugar daddy, and there's half of your fillings on. If I was dentist, I would pay that company to keep producing sugar daddies, man. Yeah. Well, Wade, just let it go. Put it behind you. Yeah, Vax database. Well, I mean, I don't care. I was marked in Peaport, Peapod. I don't know. I don't know. And you've been to Heidelberg, huh? Awesome. That's really cool. I liked it. It's crazy here, booming beyond us. It was booming. I stood in the scene. I'm not sure if I'm going to put her in the video or not because she was just, you could tell that she was, well, I'm not going to judge a book by its cover, but she was complaining on Glass Beach today that she had to bring her mother down. Her mother wanted to go down and visit Glass Beach, and she's just astounded that 40 years she's lived deep in a valley with no electricity, and there's people like that in the redwoods, and living on a garden hose. Well, you must be hooked up to your mom's house, or I don't know. A garden hose just doesn't pop it on. But she was talking about how she'd never seen Glass Beach so crowded in 40 years or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know. How about the two rats? One rat asked the other rat. We got the rat said no. They're still trying, still trying it on human. I can't. I used to be nice, quiet. They get on. Tell them to give us if we travel outside the country. I have that as an adjunct. I would go. I'd be inclined to go to Hong Kong because hotels they're just giving them away. Just hotels that would normally be $200 or $300 a night in great locations, central Hong Kong Island or on Tsim Sha Tsui or Kowloon on the other side. They're just giving them away, and I would be inclined to. Do the Hong Kong thing. I think that would be my first thing to do. I can't boondock. I guess I could in theory, but guess I have to prepare to sweat my ass off when I go over there. Heat, humidity, baby, the tropics. So I think I'd be willing to do that. Pop on. China Air or Cathay Pacific or United, and see what's happened in all these years. It's hell for live streaming because when it's morning here, it's nighttime over there. It's like exactly 12 hours, 12 hours difference or whatever. Yep, Liz says caramel creams. Rosie is right once again. Always stating Getz's. Yes, I grew up with them. Liz, and I ate so many Getz's one time, I just couldn't face the process. I never wanted another one. Yeah, Getz was the old started as Baltimore Chewing Gum Company and then became Getz Candies. You have Goetz, just like Mary Sue Easter eggs. Remember Mary Sue Easter eggs? Went to school with a guy named Frankie Hine, Heyn, nice Jewish boy. His family operated Mary Sue Easter eggs. Right. I still remember the jingle. Looking to fly back to New Zealand. No, that would be pretty good, line screw. Here's a treat that is funny for your Easter bunny. Creamiest candy that's made. Because using pure butter makes Mary Sue better to brighten your Easter parade. I was going to buy a big saltwater. It was good then, but I just can't eat that stuff anymore. And I was never really a big candy or ice cream person anyway. I always gravitated to salty snacks and things like that. So I don't know. Well, listen, guys, we're coming up to an hour and a half, and I just wanted to check in a little bit tonight. I will do a video tomorrow about talking about the things that went right and the things that went wrong, so maybe people can learn from my experience. And I know there's van channels with the ProMaster and things, but everybody's own experience of having their own van travels and things like that. So. Yeah, Tattoo Crazy, I think I'm going to call it tonight too. I want to thank all you guys for coming here tonight for a small, simple chat on a Saturday night. It is appreciated. It's going to be exciting to do live streams from the road, God willing, and signals and everything else, and decent signals. But I really, really enjoyed you guys being here tonight. And thumbs up are most appreciated. Thanks for putting us over 110. Let's hit the 120 thumbs up tonight. I think YouTube is starting to take note of the change in direction of the channel, and I think that's a good thing. Kind of tells me I'm on the right path here. Good night, Charla. Love you. Good night. Thank you, Cheryl, Line Screw. Take care, my friend Amanda. Off the Wrench. Good night to you, Dennis. Thank you for being here, Rio Bird. And the cast of thousands. Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you, Gail, and everybody else. Susie, as always, one of my backbones here. One of my cornerstone girls. Angus Kisses, good to see you. Well, the live streaming won't be missing. We're going to be moving that over to the Rosie Murphy channel. Well, there'll be occasional ones on here. Of course, I said that a year ago, and here we sit. All right. See you, Dennis. Thank you, Shimei, as usual. Your thumbs up are appreciated. And Craig, good to see you. Thank you. And thanks to those of you who checked in to make sure I made it safely to Fort Bragg last night. That was really appreciated, too. Take care, Elmer. And thanks, everybody.